You know Flipkart? Everyone does. But here is something most people don't know. The guy who built one of India's biggest success stories almost saw his second company shut down completely. How did that happen and how did he fix it? That's what we are getting into today. Welcome to The Breakdown. I'm Himanshu. Let's go back to 2007, Bangalore. Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal, same last name but not related, quit their jobs at Amazon. Funny thing is, Flipkart wasn't even their first idea. They wanted to build a website that compared prices across different online stores. But there was a problem. There were not enough online stores in India in the first place to compare. So they thought, fine, we'll just become the stores ourselves. Back then, nobody trusted the internet with their money. People were not even ready to type in their card details. So Flipkart came up with something we now take for granted. Pay when the item reaches your door, commonly known as cash on delivery. The two founders split the work well. Sachin handled the product side, the website, how people search, how people shop. Binny ran operations, warehouses, delivery, getting sellers on board, etc. And it worked. By 2018, that idea from a small apartment had turned into a company worth over $20 billion. Then Walmart showed up. In May 2018, Walmart bought Flipkart for over $16 billion. Still one of the biggest deals in the e-commerce history anywhere in the world. Sachin sold away his entire stake. He walked away with a little over $1 billion. He also signed an agreement saying he wouldn't start anything that compared with Flipkart directly for a while. His goodbye post on Facebook was just one line. Sadly, my work here is done, and after 10 years, it's time to hand over the baton and move on from Flipkart. Think about that for a second. You are 37. You have got $1 billion. You have just built one of India's biggest companies from scratch. Most people would stop right there. He didn't. Since he could not start anything competing, he did the next big thing. He started investing in other people's companies. By 2019, he had put $100 million into Ola, back when it was one of India's biggest ride-hailing apps. But writing checks was never going to be enough for a guy who likes building things. He was just waiting. In 2018, Sachin started Navi, this time with a banker, Ankit Agarwal, who had spent years at Bank of America and Deutsche Bank. Here is why this was a much harder bet than Flipkart. Getting someone to buy a t-shirt online is easy, but getting someone to trust an app for a 5 lakh rupee loan was not. And it is not about winning customers. When you are lending money, the government watches you closely. There are strict rules about how much interest you can charge and how carefully you need to check if someone can actually repay the loan. Get the app right, but break those rules. And it doesn't matter how good your product is, you can get shut down. Navi's whole pitch was about speed. Loans approved and sent to your bank account in under 5 minutes.
100% paperless process. 20 lakh tak ka loan with instant bank transfer.
Mostly run by AI, no branches, no paperwork. And it grew fast, really fast. Navi's personal loan business went from about 500 crore rupees in 2021 to over 10,000 crore rupees by 2024. That's growing more than double every single year for 3 years straight. But here's the thing about growing fast in the lending business. At some point, someone is going to ask, are you growing the right way or are you just growing? In October 2024, RBI answered that question. It banned Navi, along with 3 other lenders, from giving out any new loans just like that. Why? The RBI said Navi was charging some customers too much interest, rates as high as 45%. And it wasn't checking carefully enough whether smaller borrowers could actually afford to repay what they were being lent. For a company built on the promise of loans in under 5 minutes, this was the worst possible criticism. It basically said, you got so fast, you stopped being careful. For over a month, Navi couldn't give out a single new loan. It had to cancel a bond sale it had planned. Some people whose home loans were already approved were left waiting. So what did Sachin do next? He didn't fight it publicly, he fixed it. Navi changed its pricing, tightened how it checked borrowers, and went back and forth with RBI multiple times. By December 2024, about 6 weeks later, the ban was finally lifted.
In a matter of 5 weeks, the Reserve Bank of India has now removed restrictions on Navi FinServe, which were placed back in October.
But here's the real lesson in this. The same move fast, fix it later instinct ran straight into an industry where you can't fix it later. When there is someone's money involved, there is no room for rough draft. So did this whole episode slow him down? Honestly, it's a mixed picture. Navi's profit in 2024 doubled to around 545 crore rupees. Sounds great, but most of that comes from a one-time deal, selling off another business, not from the core lending business itself. Take that away, and the profit from actual lending business fell by 41% that year. And going by the latest rating reports, the bigger Navi group actually posted losses in the following year. Things are improving, but it hasn't fully bounced back yet. None of that has slowed down the ambition though. Navi has raised close to 16,000 crore rupees since early 2025, making it one of the best funded fintech companies in the country right now. It is reportedly talking to a major global investor too. And this isn't even the first time they have tried to go public. Their first attempt in 2022 got shelved because of the rough market. The plan now is to try again in early 2027. Talking about the IPO recently, Sachin said something that talks a lot about how he thinks. He said, "We are at a stage where we can use more capital, and the public market is the best source of capital if you can handle what comes with it." Here is the thing about Sachin Bansal that most people miss. He did not need to build Navi. He had $1 billion, a decade of proof that he could build something great, and every reason in the world to just stop. Most founders spend their whole life chasing that one number. The exit, the payout, the moment they can finally relax. He got there at 37 and he walked straight past it. Then he picked an industry that could put him in front of a regulator instead of a stock ticker. An industry where speed, the exact thing that made him rich the first time, could get him shut down the second time. And it almost did. But that's the part of the story that actually matters. Not that he built 2 companies. Anyone with that kind of money and ambition can start a second company. What's rare is putting yourself back in a position where you can fail publicly and then actually fixing what broke in front of everyone watching. He is betting that being tested, really tested by a regulator in public with something to lose is the only way to find out if their first win was real. That's a much harder bet than building Flipkart ever was. This is the kind of story we love digging into on this channel. How people and businesses actually get built. If you want more of these breakdowns, do hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.